Hi. I quickly wanted to share my experiences of today. It was rather incredible. So this morning I went to work a little frustrated. My job seems to be a bit, I don't know, I work with a company that seems ungrateful. There just is a lot of tension in the office. And sometimes it's tough to go to work. And I wasn't really looking forward to it, which a lot of the times I have my intention in check. I want to go to work and I want to have a positive attitude. And when I got there, some of the coworkers and stuff were just talking so poorly about some of our clients who I work for a subsidized housing agency. And I was frustrated with hearing the lack of compassion. And my day was booked. I had clients scheduled all day and I wasn't really looking very forward to it. So my first couple of appointments were pretty much business as usual. I knew my noon appointment was going to be special because she and I have had a very special connection since the day we met. She was very grateful, and there are those in entitlement programs who are grateful. And she's had cancer and she's in remission, and I asked her how Mario was. Mario is her collie, who is her life companion for sure. And we were talking about our dogs, and Mario's not doing well. He's old. So we just shared some thoughts and tears and gratitude, and just the connectedness we have is incredible. And I wasn't having a great day, and she said, I always really enjoy meeting with you. You are a bright spot in my life. And I so feel that way about her too. And that was the first bright point. I got back to my office. I had my next appointment show up, and I have the opportunity of working with refugees, and it's a family from Somalia. And they're very frustrated, and they spoke really good English, which is nice, but their frustration is still very apparent. And so I try to go with inspiration when I see, I just have this sense of compassion towards people. And I just looked him in the eyes and I said, don't give up. Things always work out, and there's always hope. And he was there with his wife and his daughter, and a tear welled up in his eyes. And they thanked me. And then the next appointment that came in, oh, wonderful woman, lovely woman, from Brazil. She's been in the United States for quite some time. She's a citizen. Had been in a domestic violence situation, and was so grateful, so very, very grateful. And she's adopted 3 children that were in foster care. And when I told her that how low her rent was, she said, no, really, how much do I have to pay? And I told her again, and she just broke down crying. And thank you, and thank you for being so kind. And what an end to a day that I wasn't looking for anything really in particular. And on the way home, I was thinking about it, and it brought tears to my eyes. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to serve people, and that I can do so with a level of humanity and compassion and kindness. And I do believe it's because I have a connection to God. He's my guide. And I've been listening to The Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukov, and this book is transformational for me. If you haven't read it, I would recommend it. Of course, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and you really have to be ready for this book. But one of the greatest things, and I wrote it down so I can quote it directly because it's so impactful for me. It says, when the personality comes to fully serve the soul, that is authentic empowerment. And he goes on to say, when a personality is in full balance, you cannot see where it ends and the soul begins. Humanity, compassion, will be the saving grace of our race. Please strive today to have your personality come into alignment to serve the goodness of your soul. On my way home, I listened to Caleb, which keeps me very well focused, and there's a pastor who comes on and I love what he says, and he said, keep in mind that when you are in a relational conversation, there are two agendas. There's God's agenda and there's Satan's agenda. Whose agenda will you follow? And I thought, oh, that's so true for my day today. I could have followed that agenda that it seemed my path was going on. I'm not special. I'm not great. I think that just choosing that agenda, God's agenda, which is we share humanity. We share love. We are humanity. We are love. And then right after that, my most favorite song came on, and I had the opportunity to just cry in gratitude once again. It's Thy Will Be Done by Hillary Scott. And the words that said, like a child on my knees, all that comes to me is, Thy will be done. Thank you, friends. Have a blessed evening.